A Tucson woman's life is forever changed after she was mauled by two pit bulls. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Waddell. Guy actually is on assignment. Miriam Seymour's attorney says if the dog's owner gets off with no more than a slap on the wrist, it's not good enough. 9 on Your Side's Tammy did some digging and found they could face stiffer penalties. She joins us now with this 9 on Your Side investigation.
Well, Jennifer, for the first time, we are hearing today from Miriam Seymour, the 89-year-old victim. She's still in pretty bad shape, trying to recover, but she was able to write a letter to everyone who has supported her, saying that she wants to give everyone a hug from her heart. But what her attorney tells me that she wants most is justice. Tonight, 9 on Your Side finds out what the dog's owner is charged with and whether that is enough.
It's hard to envision a case that could be much worse than this one, though. I mean, this poor woman is lucky to be alive.
Attorney Ted Schmidt just saw Miriam Seymour this morning. She still can't walk and has gone through several surgeries. Life has changed since she was attacked by two pit bulls while checking the mail 1 month ago.
She has some very graphic and horrid memories of it, and then there's a point during the attack where she blacked out.
Since then, KGUN-9 met with Animal Control to learn more about the history of the two pit bulls, as well as what the dog's owner, Marisabel Perales, has been charged with.
They got citations for what the officer had observed when he got there, and then what's referred to, as I was saying, the third-party citations for biting dog for the attack on the woman and for leash law for at that time of the attack.
And those are both misdemeanors, right?
Yeah, they're Class 2 criminal misdemeanors.
But what about Fabian's Law, which was passed last year? It reads in part, if the owner knows or has a reason to know that the dog has a history of biting or propensity to cause injury or to otherwise endanger the safety of human beings without provocation, they are guilty of a Class 5 felony. Did either of the dogs have a history? Yes. Meet Rob Soler, a spokesman for the Postal Service. He tells us about a week before Miriam was attacked, a mail carrier had an aggressive encounter with this white dog with a spot on its eye, the same dog involved in Miriam's attack.
A pit bull came up, watched him for a while, but when the carrier moved toward his vehicle, the dog became aggressive. The carrier took out his pepper spray. The animal fled.
When you talk about aggressive, what happened exactly that made him feel that way?
Well, you know, our letter carriers are trained to identify aggressive behavior, so it was the typical behavior, ears down, showing their teeth, growling. So he knew the dog meant business.
Soler says they immediately called Animal Control to let them know. Animal Control took this report and eventually contacted the dog's owner to give them a warning. Was the dog's behavior aggressive, and could it justify a felony charge under Fabian's Law?
You know, I would be surprised if the county attorney did not, in fact, consider filing charges on this. One would hope that the government would look at this and say, you know what, we've got to get this message across. You know, these folks didn't get it, and a slap on the hand isn't going to be adequate.
The dog's owner is due in court in just a few weeks to face those misdemeanor charges for the dogs being off their leashes and for biting. Why, of course, hasn't the county attorney's office chosen to pursue felony charges in this case? Well, Jennifer, that is still unclear. All the prosecutor will say at this point is that this case is still under investigation.
All right, so for a felony charge, the dog's owner has to know that the dog had a history of aggression. In this case, did the owner know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the law says. The owner would have to be aware of it for this to be effective by law. And in this case, Animal Control did give the owner of these two dogs a warning about what had happened with the mailman. And 1 week later, the dogs, as we know now, got loose. They attacked Miriam Seymour. I am told that she does, by the way, want the county to pursue felony charges. We'll see what happens.
And her interesting handwritten news release here that you
Yeah, it's nice to see. She's had a hard time, but she just released this today, and handwritten letters. So she's on a very slow path to recovery.
All right, Tammy, thank you.